match number 56 of the Tata IPL 2024. And it's a great game today at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. We have the Delhi Capitals facing the Rajasthan Royals. I have Jian with me, who is a Rajasthan Royal fan. Jian, welcome to the show. Must be something of a surprise that you're not in the top of the table anymore.
I mean, not really surprised, but the thing is, it's a tradition. Like top of the table जाती है Rajasthan हर बार, and then थोड़ा सा nervous हो जाती है, and then second, third से होता है. But it's fine. It's part and parcel of the game, so I don't see. But this year, थोड़ा we have seen कि दो गेम जो हारे वो last ball finishes थे, so I'm not too worried. उसमें भी काफी positives देखे. But yes, this game today is really important to win.
Okay, but Delhi have recently caught some momentum out there. It's a belter of a pitch you can see at Delhi. Similarly, you guys have been doing well in both the departments, so you definitely are fancying your chances once again to claim the top spot today.
They definitely see. I'll tell you. After we lost against Gujarat, okay, after four games, after four consecutive wins. So this is the same format. Then after that, we again won four games on the bounce. So and again, then we lost to SRH by on the last ball. So I feel that is a plus point here. So we are bouncing back from that thing, and we have only a few boxes to take. Unlike last season when we had a lot of things to worry about our batting order, about Trent Bolt not getting too much support, Yuzvendra Chahal not striking in all the matches, etc. So and then Devdutt Padikkal inside that top four, and then Sanju's batting order, Rian's batting order being questioned, their form being questioned, captaincy being questioned. All those boxes have been ticked. There are some minute details which just need to be, brushed a bit. I think the team is looking too good. I think we are learning a lot because against Gujarat also that Avesh Rashid had a boundary on the last ball, and against SRH also Bhuvi took that wicket on the last ball. So both matches were those last ball finishes. So we don't have
Correct.
really, but the games against KKR, Lucknow, the way we finished it, I feel we should fancy our chances here, irrespective of the toss. I think we shouldn't be worried about the toss because we have
Absolutely.
the toss. We have won the toss and won the match, lost the toss and won the match. So that is also happening. So we have good to go, I think.
The best thing about Rajasthan this season is they're utilizing the impact player, I think, the best. We saw
Yes,
at the beginning of the season it was Nandre Berger. Right now it's once again Raufman Powell. You will miss the service of Butler. But to be honest, there is one question I want to ask you. That is, which player has impressed you more this season? Is it Riyan Parag settling, or is it the trade of Avesh Khan in the bowling unit?
it is totally. There is no debate. It is Riyan Parag because that guy has been backed like crazy by the management since the last 4 to 5 years.
Absolutely.
They knew he is capable of something. He joined as an 18-year-old over here as a teenager, and who had a potential to learn every day. And वो click नहीं हो रहे थे every season. Maybe he showed that intent in that 2021 or 22 against RCB where he scored a match-winning 50, and
Correct.
but he couldn't carry on that momentum. So their management tried to make him a finisher. It didn't work. The management tried to put him a bit ahead of at number 5. That also didn't work. Then he started performing well in domestic at number 4 position, and then he started taking his time and settling in well. And domestic, we could see the results. He was performing, scoring a lot of hundreds, and even taking crucial wickets while he was bowling. He's not a proper bowler, but he's a good part-time bowler. And but for year also, the management finally decided to give him that shot at number 4, and we are clearly seeing the results. The way he's coming out, the way he's starting and showing maturity in that. Even the match against Mumbai Indians at Wankhede, if you remember, Rajasthan Royals were 3 down, chasing a small total, outwalked Riyan Parag, and he had a brilliant partnership with Sanju Samson there. And that maturity, you can't start hitting from ball number 1. So that is where Riyan Parag came in. He understood what the game is, and then he accelerated. In the previous game against SRH, also we have seen that kind of a match. Like against it was almost a match-winning innings. That he built a partnership in between, right in between. Then Rajasthan Royals were 3 down.
Correct.
So that's where exactly the pressure. That's where exactly the pressure comes in, and that maturity shown. And this season is completely of Riyan Parag. There is no debate about it.
Absolutely, without a doubt, and he has been showing a lot of maturity, street smart cricket, and I'm loving it. To be very honest, as a neutral point of view as well, I won't waste much of a time, Gian. Let's straight away look into the key journeys the teams have made so far in the IPL. Starting with the home team, the Delhi Capitals, they are currently in rank number 6 with 10 points. They have 3 games to go. If they win all the 3 games, they make the potential 16. Might just fancy themselves for the top 4 spot. They have things to do in their hand. But as a neutral fan, you can see this. Do you think they can make it to the playoffs?
Yeah, again, the hurdle starts with us. So I think that is going to be a big question mark over here. And the key factor over here in Delhi Capitals in the entire season, what I have noticed is they are relying on certain players, as what Rajasthan
Correct.
Royals used to do over the years. So they are relying on the top order of Jake McGurk, who is currently firing all. He's coming out all blazing guns. If he performs, then there is Kuldeep Yadav who takes wickets. Khalil Ahmed is on and off here and there. Aksar Patel
Absolutely.
also has been good economically, taking wickets and also coming up in the batting order and scoring good runs. But again, there are a lot of players who have potential and are missing out. So I feel there in somewhere they have to be pull up the sort like Prithvi Shaw. He's a good like good firing opener, but he has not been performing since a lot of time since last season only. If I'm not wrong, I have not
Just
seen that
just like
typical.
just like Riyan Parag has backed Rajasthan Royals, similarly
Absolutely, but
Shaw has been backed by Delhi Capitals.
exactly he's been backed, but I think that's hampering his form also, and his fitness also has been a big question mark to the selectors
Huge
as well.
question mark.
And so, and but then, as I said, those 2 3 players like Rishabh Pant has been performing exceptionally well, which we were always waiting for his return. Like very happy to see him back. And it's Rishabh. Then there is Jake McGurk. There is Kuldeep Yadav, Aksa Patel. There's Khalil Ahmed to a certain extent. So Mukesh Yadav, Mukesh has been bowling well, but again he'll bowl a good 2 over spell. Again he'll leak out runs. So there and there
Absolutely.
I feel something there is off that they are not clicking. Batting collapse comes too easily for Delhi Capitals. What I have noticed, they don't have a stability.
100%, and that's where you meant at the end. You went that is stability, consistency, and that's lacking for the Delhi Capitals. Too much of individual things. Christian Stubbs is one more player. One game is going to go well, the other game is not going to go. So there are concerns. But I think starting from today, take one game at a time. Today's game is very important, though it's at home, but it's against the mighty Rajasthan Royals. As we all know, it's very dangerous. We have to see what Delhi Capitals do with this season so far. But going to their opponents, which is the Rajasthan Royals, as you rightly said, if you can see at the top of your screen, 4 games and then a loss. 4 games and then a loss. So what's the run going again? 4 games, victories in the group stages, and then a loss in the playoffs.
See, the funny part over here is Rajasthan Royals have qualified for the playoffs, but still have not got the Q mark. That is a very funny point over here. So
I
that
think one more
means
way because all the teams, like third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all have a potential chance of making it to 18.
So I'll tell you, 16 points will guarantee you a top 4 finish. That is for sure. Now, top 2 is not guaranteed with 16, but if they win one out of these 4 games, of the remaining
Then,
4 games, a top 2 will be 100% guaranteed, no matter what happens, because the other teams will maximum reach to 18 points. 2 wins is sure top of the table clash with KKR. I think that should be the aim at the final group stage match, which is there in Guwahati. I think that will be like maybe a fight for the top 2. Who finishes first, who finishes second. So I think it shouldn't be much of a problem. Yeah, I'm just out of these 4 games, I am a bit tensed about the match at Chelpok. That will be a
yeah,
big challenge and a potential, a test to play the qualifier 2 or the final 2. So that it is going to be a huge preparation, and we know how what CSK are if they lose games in between. Also, we know what they are capable of. Definitely, their man behind the stumps has a different kind of a brain, and we really don't know how CSK function. Like actually everyone knows how CSK functions. It's just that people take them lightly. Like in 2020 they finished 7th and they came back to win the championship in 2021. Same happened in 22. They finished ninth. They won the championship again in 2023. So you cannot just count them out anytime. They are a team who just never fail, never wants to give up at all. But yeah, they have been on and off this season definitely. So we want to capitalize what we had done last year. I mean, defeating them twice.
absolutely. But I was just about to ask you the same. Last year at the same ground against the Chennai Super Kings, how were your nerves when Sandeep Sharma was bowling to Mahendra Singh Dhoni?
Nah, I was just frozen actually because you have the best finisher in front of you of all time, and then you suddenly Sandeep Sharma was called. He was a replacement to one of our bowlers. I think it was Prasid, if I'm not wrong. And
Correct.
yeah, it was Prasid. Yeah. So and it was a really noble moment. I mean, defending 16 or 17 against the best finishers of all time at his own den, which was a huge task. So according to me, yes, but the way he defended was outstanding. Outstanding. I
Absolutely.
mean, love that intent. I think the same happened at Jaipur also, a similar situation. But I think
It was a no ball,
we
right?
had held our nerves well. Yes, definitely.
Absolutely. So kudos to that. We will see. But I think the last 2 games are at Guwahati, right? The last two, that is
Last 2 games,
Punjab and
Punjab and
KKR.
KKR, definitely. Yes.
Okay, so there are good games in the run. I think Mumbai, Rajasthan Royals against Delhi, against Punjab. At least these 2 games can fancy themselves to make it to the 20-point mark, and that will definitely secure you the top 2 spot. Let's take a look into the pitch report of the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Here it is. Gian, this season it has been a belter, I must tell you. Runs are flowing here and there. It's a night game. Dew might be a little bit of a factor, but it's a small ground. So what should you do if the captains win the toss? I know Rajasthan Royals is not caring much about the toss, but still, if you win the toss, chase.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, that is what Sanju always does. That is what it is. Like you just make capitalize on the wicket and capitalize on the new ball. You see how the conditions work with the new ball, and we know what Trent Bolt does. You don't have a set target to defend or something. You have a fresh mind, and you can know okay, you can bowl the opposition out cheaply. And also knowing Delhi Capitals, batting is a bit bleak. Yeah, and even sorry, I mean the bowling is a bit bleak. So you can add that pressure. You can take them down early and at a moderate total, and then chase down that target soon. So maybe
Correct.
that they can Rajasthan can help that NRR also to be in a strong position to finish top two. So even if they end up at 18 points at the end of 14 games, so they don't have to worry about that NRR to go below second.
Okay, so you have said your things, and I think I am being a Delhi fan also. I will be nervous if the Rajasthan Royals chase any target which we post. So we're done with the picture board. Let's take a look into the key elements the teams have learned from the previous game. Yeah, it is starting with the Delhi Capitals. They lost badly against the Kolkata Knight Riders at the Eden Gardens. Batting unit collapsed badly. Pant needs to be more sensible when it comes to batting under pressure, is what I'm thinking. He's part of the T20 World Cup squad as well. So captain versus captain, both the captains in this game are part of the T20 World Cup squad. That's great news. But ordinary bowling attack from the Seamers. Before we go on to these three things, do you think Delhi lost the game choosing electing to bat first after winning the toss at the Eden Gardens?
Definitely. I mean, why do you want to bat first at Eden? Do you know that there is a wicket which can be chased? I mean, Josh made an impossible chase a possible. And, standing there chasing around 60, 65 odd runs in the last 4 overs. So why not capitalize that? I mean, your bowling is weak and it will be difficult to defend. So why take that risk? I mean, Rishabh has a golden opportunity to take up. Yeah, then you end up losing the match. It's a different thing. But again, if you win the toss, you make the most of it, and then make the most of the wicket. And maybe KKR would have been under pressure, tremendous pressure, because I remember they won the first match also against SRH by merely a run. They lost
Absolutely.
against even against RCB. They won merely by a run. They lost to Rajasthan Royals. So and I think they lost to Punjab Kings when they chased out 262 to 262 or 263 odd runs. So
Yeah,
that
it was
was
a
the
record run
world
chase.
record. Absolutely, absolutely. So there, I think Rishabh missed the trick, and maybe there was a moment. If Delhi could have won that match, they could have been second right now at the points table.
Correct.
Yes, so that also
Absolutely.
would
The
have added
winner
a
of that
lot of
game would have
pressure.
been second.
If the
Absolutely.
table
And
would have
then,
opened up big time, it would have been a huge chaos for top four.
absolutely, it was 100% agreed. And I think Delhi would have fancied their chances, but it was they themselves to be blamed. The bowling attack is very ordinary, not that threatening. Even the overseas bowlers are not clicking. And Rick Nokia is not clicking. He has been dropped as well. A lot of things to look into. Can Delhi turn it around at the biggest stage today at the Arun Jaitley Stadium? Is going to be a very difficult task, but we will see. Going to the opponents, you guys have lost by the barest of margins, just by one run. Riyan Parag, a talented superstar, despite those things, he came out odd guns blazing. I think 74 odd runs he scored. It was fantastic. Avish Khan has improved well in this season, especially his dead bowling has been brilliant. And I think a lesson learned because it was the first run chase loss for you. You guys have defended once and lost against Gujarat Titans. So both the things you have learned once. What is the biggest takeaway again in this game for you guys?
So basically, just as you just mentioned, we have lost by both chasing and defending. So I think not much to we should try and just kill the game early, as it's said in even football. You should try and end the game early as
Correct.
possible. Never have that kind of pressure like what we did with Mumbai Indians. Was that we pulled a killer instinct to them. We did not allow them in the game at all. So that is what is needed at this stage, because we all know getting Mumbai Indians into a game, into a crunch situation, the opposition is always going to succumb pressure. Definitely that is there, and we cannot overrule that. So similarly, even in games like KKR, it was a difficult situation. It was, and I will not say an impossible, but it was a very very tough situation where Josh was standing at one end and he had Trent Bolt with him for a long period of time. So it was difficult. We didn't know whether we actually thought for a moment maybe he would get the deficit down and maybe not affect our NRR too much. But then as soon as the deficit came down, 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 we thought, okay, this is a match, a possibility to a win, 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 and then it just worked out. So I think,
Was that the Mitchell Stark over?
yeah, definitely. And also I remember the game again, and even the opposition, missing the trick. Nihal Vadera dropping Yashasvi Jaiswal's catch there and there. So we getting a lifeline there. Also, we should try and control, because we won't get chances always in all the
Correct.
games. So that is going to be a big thing. I think we should maybe try. The match against Lucknow was a brilliant example if you want to kill games. They will be Lucknow was the Lucknow tried getting into the game after getting Josh Butler out. Josh Butler out cheaply. But after that, I think there was no
Yep.
stopping Sanju Samson.
Sanju and then Dhruv Jurel also came to the party. So yes, both of them were correct, and I think this is a lot of things that needs to be good for the Rajasthan Royals, and that's the reason why they're in the top two of the points table. No debates about that. Let's take a look into the top three players to watch out for. So here are the three players I've chosen for both the sides. It has to be the captain versus captain, definitely for both the sides. Jake Fraser Magak for me, Akshar Patel, Yashasvi Jaiswal, and Avesh Khan for the Rajasthan Royals. Here are the six players for me. If you can sum it up, Jihan, any other player you want to see in this game can be a threat for both the sides.
Yeah, the number one threat I will say for us will be Kuldeep Yadav over here. He's a left-arm
Okay,
Chinaman. We know what that guy is capable of doing with the ball, and he's been since his return in 2022 from that big long-term injury. He has been phenomenal, be it in any format, be it ODI Test, T20, anywhere. He's been bowling exceptionally well. Even in this year's IPL, if he goes for too many runs, he will get you those wickets also as well. So
correct.
and now a big plus point for your Delhi Capitals and as for India as well, that he has been batting also well. He's been adding those runs at like
Absolutely,
at the
100%.
lower order. So that is a very he that guy is always going to be a threat if he's in the 11. Second threat for me, because the man is not there, we have just spoken about him, is Riyan Parag. You take RR, if even if RR are 12 for 3 or something, and if Riyan Parag is still on the crease, I feel that maturity and that stability, what he can bring to this. Paul had a good crucial 50 partnership with maybe a Dhruv Jurel or a Shimron Hetmeyer. It can change fortunes from 12 to 3. Maybe we can even possibly go to a 200. So that's Riyan Parag, what stability he brings. So we are not only relying on Yashasvi or Josh Butler at the top like we
Correct.
used to do before. So if Josh scores 100, Yashasvi scores a 50, we used to always, and after that a wicket falls, we used to fall like a pack of cards. But this is not the case this season, definitely. I think Riyan Parag is going to be a watch out.
Similarly, Shimran Huntermeyer, he has been getting the role of a finisher, but do you think he needs to take a little bit of more responsibility?
Definitely. I think in the previous game against SRH also, what I felt where we lost the game at the end, I mean, it was unfortunate way to get out, and we had a set batter in Ruffman Powell. You know what he has done before. But I think Hetmeyer's wicket was the turning point of the match, what according to me. Maybe if you would have hung around for that, maybe a ball or a two more, added 2, 3 runs more, we would have, the result would have been different, and we would have been already qualified in the top two.
100%. Yeah. So there are, as I said, there are so many things to learn for the Rajasthan Royals, despite being at the top of the table, and that's what good teams do. So we are done with the top three players to watch out for. But before I move on, are you scared of somebody like a Jake Fraser Mega going bang bang at the top of the order?
We are scared of nobody this season. I mean, what the commentators say, the teams have to be scared about this Rajasthan Royal team who are looking very threatening.
So that's the confidence you have for your team. So that's rightly said. Let's take a look into the top three battles in this game. Yeah, three battles. I have chosen a Trent Bolt versus Jake Fraser Magag with the new ball. Khalil Ahmed versus Sanju Samson. Last time these two teammates met, he had his number. And a Yuzvendra Chahal versus Rishabh Pant. Here are three battles I have chosen. Any other battle you're thinking about it, or else which one are you definitely excited to watch?
It is going to be Kuldeep Yadav versus the middle order batsman for Rajasthan Royals. It's going to be a huge test, especially for Riyan Parag, Sanju Samson, who is vulnerable to spin. And especially, he has got out to Hasaranga a lot of times. And
Yep.
even for Chinaman bowlers, he has not been too lucky. Like Kuldeep Yadav has got him once or twice, if I'm recollecting it well. So, yeah, it is going to be a difficult contest playing that guy. I will again mention Kuldeep Yadav in that DC 11 or even any playing 11 for India or for any other league, if he's in that 11, he is always going to be a threat. That is for sure for
Okay.
any kind of a batter.
Okay. And similarly, if you go to your counterpart of your spinner, Yuzvendra Chahal, is he a threat as well? But recently
That
not getting wickets, but is he for sure a threat?
see bad patches. I mean, rough patches come for every player.
Correct.
There is not a single player in the world who has not gone through a tough patch. Even Jasprit Bumrah has gone wicketless for so many games this year, despite being the best bowler in this IPL. So yeah, for me, I think a good counter-attacking option would be Khalil Ahmed versus Josh Butler at the top, because it can be Khalil is used to bowling those width balls, length balls, and Josh he bowling to the strength of Josh, and what Josh Butler is capable of, taking the game away, getting that 24-25 run over, and maybe scoring 50 runs in 2 overs. So that is very much capable. And getting that run, and after that, even if Josh gets out, scoring 50-60 runs in those 2-3 overs, so that could be maybe a advantage to Rajasthan Royals only. He could stage that set for a big total there.
Absolutely. So you have nailed the battles as well. You have given your battles as well. So we are done with that. Let's straight away look into the predicted playing 11. Starting with the home side, the Delhi Capitals, I think they're going to unchanged, but the experience of David Warner is required at the top of the order in place of a Shea Hope, who I don't think is a T20 material. What's your take on this one?
Difficult because David Warner hasn't also been firing for Australia as well. Not even firing for Delhi Capitals this year. I mean, it's like maybe if it's his time to say goodbye because even for the T20 World Cup which is coming up, they have. I mean, yeah, obviously he is the
Correct.
front runner to open. He's the front runner to open for them. That is definitely for sure. But yeah, if you're going for experience, definitely it is going to be Warner and McGurk. But Shea Hope it's his first season, so I wouldn't say much about him. He has, on the other hand, if you see, Shea Hope has been one of the big threats to India when he has come to play for West Indies. He
Correct.
has scored two, three
Absolutely.
hundreds. He has won them games basically, a lot of games. So I would not rule out it is his first season, so it's not. It will be too much. I mean, it will be a harsh point to say okay, he has not done too well. He has been okay. He's been fine.
He has
But
been,
yeah, again,
yes,
if you want to
correct.
take experience, they definitely I think Warner is a bigger threat.
Absolutely. He has been decent so far, so it's going to be harsh if you can judge him based on his first season. Going to your team has to be unchanged, no doubt about that. But what's your take on Josh Butler's replacement? Who is it likely to be?
It is definitely if it is we shouldn't make too many fancy errors in the batting order, so it will be Tom Care
TK.
TCK
Okay.
definitely
Okay. So
definitely.
there's no much debate about that. Unchanged team for the Rajasthan Royals as well today against the Delhi Capitals. So there is no brainers about that. Let's take a look into the predictions time now. Match number 56, Delhi versus Rajasthan at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Jihan, give your percentages. Which team is favorite and what do you think about this game?
I think 65-35 to Rajasthan Royals definitely coming after a loss. Definitely RR will be looking for that and will be more hungry for that Q mark what they were desperate to get last game and potential. It would have been a top two finish. So this win will not only see them that Q spot, but all the I
Also
will
in
say
top.
also like not I will top two will be confirmed, but it will be like it will like yeah it will be more or less that cemented. That NRR also will be stronger because other teams might get to 18, but not us with superior run rate.
Correct.
But so, and also to be highlighting the fact that no team has played an eliminator when they have crossed the 18-point mark.
Oh yes, so that is it. So that definitely ensures that you, as well as potentially Kolkata Knight Riders, will be the top two teams in the points table. Thank you so much, Jihan, for that. So we are done with match number 56, ladies and gentlemen. It's Delhi versus Rajasthan Royals at the Arun Jaitley Stadium. Sit back and enjoy. Thank you, Jihan. Thank you to all the viewers who have watched this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fifth Umpires and press the bell icon as well. Sit back and enjoy. Till then, thank you so much and bye bye.